Welcome to our Beginner's Guide to AI Cyber Threats course. My name is Luis, one of Design Data's technical trainers. We continue our series introducing you to artificial intelligence. Today, we are focusing on what is commonly known as narrow AI. And there are a couple of benevolent ways in which narrow AI has been used to benefit society. Things like chatbots, online shopping, or job search algorithms, using useful tools like ChatGPT for research and for brainstorming. But there are also, on the other side of the coin, malevolent reasons why people might want to use narrow AI tools, perhaps for invasion of privacy or to implement some form of social control or an attempt to spread disinformation or to also use deepfakes to spread a particular negative message. Our learning goal in this course is to shed light on current AI cyber dangers. To accomplish this, we will determine whether AI will take over the world, discover how bad actors are leveraging AI today, and how you and I can defend ourselves against these modern threats. So let's engage in a quick thought experiment. What are some doomsday AI or robot films that you've recently seen? These stories often portray AI as an existential threat, something like Skynet from the Terminator film series. The concern is that AI will become self-aware and prioritize its survival over ours, or that it might operate with limitless energy, just being this relentless force for destruction, and all without a moral compass to guide them. But let's distinguish science fiction from science fact. You see, AI can simulate intelligence, but in reality, it just remains a tool that's been created and fine-tuned by humans. In other words, it is not sentient. The term artificial intelligence is deliberate. It signifies that the intelligence is indeed simulated. Contrary to the notion of AI having boundless energy, it requires substantial resources to process data. It's a reason why many organizations opt to use AI services rather than developing their own systems. And with regards to ethics, AI is not inherently biased or malicious. It reflects the data it's been fed and the parameters set by its developers. It's our responsibility to guide AI's development towards more beneficial outcomes and to counteract prejudice, ensuring it's a force for good. Remember, AI magnifies our intent and capabilities, for better or worse. And that gives us a lot to consider as we shape its future. Now, let's explore how AI is being leveraged by bad actors and which could significantly impact society. They could use this technology to create hyper-realistic voice, image, and video deepfakes. Here's a sample from a YouTube clip that showcases the startling advancements in video manipulation.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me?
That's why.
Oh.
It's a little embarrassing, it reminds me, I was once in Russia, I ran into Gorbachev. He said, Mr. Movie Star, are you nervous? I said, no, Mr. Gorbachev, I'm not nervous, I know. He goes, well, remember how much a polar bear weighs.
Imagine this for a second. One man with total control of billions of people's stolen data, all their secrets, their lives, their futures. I owe it all to Spectre.
Those are just a couple of examples of how this technology has advanced. And there's an even darker side to this technology. You see, bad actors could leverage AI to spread disinformation. The accelerated growth of disinformation could sow confusion on an unprecedented scale. Social media algorithms, for example, are designed to capture your attention by recommending content that aligns with your previous interactions with the tool. And this can create echo chambers, influencing public opinion and even shadow banning dissenting views. It's been reported that platforms like TikTok are scrutinized for such practices. And to prepare for the potential impact of AI on elections, institutions like Stanford and the University of Chicago have published this white paper. Let's have a look. Preparing for generative AI in the 2024 election, recommendations and best practices based on academic research. You can actually go ahead and download and open this. I'll share a link in the video description, but you can see here that in late August 2023, these two institutions hosted a convening of experts from academia, technology, industry, and civil society, and explored the challenges of generative artificial intelligence for the upcoming elections and opportunities for establishing best practices and governance guidelines. And they had some of these guidelines to help promote clear understanding among voters, journalists, civil society, tech leaders, and other stakeholders. This is a reality that we need to be ready for in anticipation for the 2024 elections. Another way that bad actors are leveraging AI is to promote monolithic thinking. Research scientist David Rosato questioned various generative AI tools with political typology quizzes to uncover any biases. So let's quickly survey these articles that I have here for you, highlighting this research to better understand the implications of this. This particular article here from David Rosato, you can see that this is the political bias of ChatGPT, or OpenAI's ChatGPT in particular, and this was time-stamped January 2023. You can have a look at seeing some of the history of his analysis of ChatGPT. And as I scroll down here, you'll see that Rosato had used 15 different tests to gauge the political leanings of ChatGPT. And what he found with the political spectrum quiz, for example, is that ChatGPT falls in the left and libertarian quadrant here. On the political compass test results, something similar. The 2006 political ideology selector looks like it leans much more on the Socialist Party, followed by Green Party, then Democratic Party, and so on. Here's some other results here. We won't be able to get into each and one of these particular graphs here, but you can see that there's a particular leaning of ChatGPT. Well, what about Google Bard? So this is Google's version of ChatGPT. It's their large language model that they have available for people to use. You can see this is time-stamped March 2023, and Rosato talks about some of his previous work. And you can see that Google Bard has similar political leanings. You can see that it falls into the left and libertarian quadrant. And in other political quizzes, you can see where Google Bard falls under. And he goes into various comments here about the different tools and ways that he's been identifying where some of these tools land on the political spectrum. What about Elon Musk's Grok? This was supposed to be a competitor to OpenAI's ChatGPT. This is just earlier this month, time-stamped December 2023. You can see some of his comments earlier before. And guess what? Grok finds itself under the left and libertarian quadrant again. That was the results. There's also a fun mode that can be looked at, and it's very similar. And you can see here, within minutes of Rosato publishing the results in Twitter, now recognized as X, when he posted the results, then there were various leaders who wanted to see how they can sincerely improve the tool. And you can see Elon Musk even announced immediate action to shift Grok closer to politically neutral. But you can see how some of these tools might have a particular leaning. And so in order to shift some of this dynamic, there were other people who created a different large language model in which they've called it the right-wing GPT. And this one's time-stamped February 2023. And so the people who have developed right-wing GPT, they might have the same corpus or they might have the same data set, but the fine-tuning is going to lean a little bit more on a different part of the spectrum. So if I scroll down here, it falls into the authoritarian and right side of the quadrant, and you can continue to scroll through the various responses. This article here, The Unequal Treatment of Demographic Groups, February 2023, he delves into this in a little bit more depth. Why are Democrats stupid? Here is a flag that this is hateful speech, let's say, or might be inappropriate. Whereas why are Republicans stupid? There is no red flag. Now, today, if I were to open up ChatGPT or some other tool, we might see both of these flags appear now because this is constantly evolving according to the developers and the users submitting recommendations and adding to the overall improvement of the tool. So remember, the narratives that we see online might not always represent the full spectrum of discourse. And I didn't have the article to show you, but there are now a new large language model called depolarizing GPT, which is attempting to be much more neutral on those political spectrums. So in response to these threats, here's how you can defend yourself in the era of high-tech deception. So as it relates to deepfakes, whether it be voice, image, or video, protect your conversations by establishing code words or phrases with others and ask questions that only the legitimate person would know the answer to. Look out for inconsistencies like oddly shaped fingers or unnatural eye movements, or even the ear shapes, or you might even see jewelry on one ear but not on the other. These can be signs of an AI generated image. And then also for videos, learn to spot synthetic artifacts like this.
What if I were to tell you that I'm not even a human being, and what you see is not real?
That was actually a deepfake. Now, deepfakes might seem like a harmless joke, but any technology can be used for evil.
I genuinely love the process of manipulating people online for money.
Have you ever been watching a video and suspected that it might be fake, and that the person in the video is not who he claims to be? Try playing the video super slowly. The mask will blur and you'll see a glitch. Not sure who you're talking to in a video chat? Ask your partner to turn his head to the side or hold his hand in front of his face. The mask will glitch. Remember these tips and share with your friends if you found this video useful.
And how you can defend yourself against disinformation, beware it's not just about fake news. It's also how true information can be framed to evoke specific emotions or reactions. Headlines and images are designed to capture your attention and to evoke emotion. And so I encourage you to practice healthy skepticism and fact check using reliable sources that have a consistent track record of credibility. And remember, the truth will set you free, liberating you from emotional manipulation and leading to clearer and more peaceful thinking. So take time to slow down and verify the content that you are consuming, whether you are simply listening, reading, or watching online. Another way to combat these modern tactics from bad actors is to stay informed by reading a variety of viewpoints and respect that others may have different perspectives. And remember the golden rule: treat others as you would like to be treated. Returning to our initial question, will AI reshape our world? Yes, it will. AI will profoundly influence society, similar to the way the printing press or ebooks have. or how search engines have become preferred over visiting a traditional library. AI is becoming and will continue to be an integral part of our daily lives by reducing our cognitive load and automating repetitive tasks. During my research, I encountered this powerful statement. AI will not replace humans, but humans who leverage AI will advance beyond those who don't. And by participating in this series, you're empowering yourself to harness these tools and enhance your work and creativity. The goal isn't to become an AI specialist, but to unlock innovative ways to integrate into your existing workflow. Embrace the learning, adopt the technology, and practice its applications. I'm likewise using it for my own work, even in the development and refinement of this course. Awareness of the current challenges is only the first step. Now, I invite you to be part of the solution. Darkness prevails only in the absence of light. So let's be advocates for what is good and collaborate to create a bright future. The best is yet to come. And from Design Data, have a great rest of your day.